And he does it! In combination with Fusion Buster, they have taken Hammered Coop down! Sea Rescue Boat dumps off Baby Cookie and then flips over Speed Blaster. Grease Lightning sends Raphael down the track, and look at what Raphael does. He plows into Fusion Buster and knocks Fusion Buster upright. It's been a season of upsets. Will the upsets continue in the Junkyard Joust Finals? Hi everybody, I'm Aaron Yonda. It's time for the second half of the biggest match of the season. There's no former champions left in this championship match. Let's take a look at who's left, and then we'll hit the field for the joust. 6 vehicles came into this, never having been eliminated. Now there's just 3 left on that list. Legionary, our second place champions from last season, are out. Jetstreak is looking very good right now with 4 left. Alabaster's still at 3, Crimson's down to 2, and Massive Transit just has 1. Shark Attack and Thunderlords are doing all right with 2, Truculent, Turtle Power, and Sunshades all down to 1. But if we've learned anything from previous championships, having 1 car left does not mean that you're out of the match. It's time for the Junkyard Joust. Jetstreak are going to start us off with Nitro Scorcher. The running order is up, randomly determined based on the number of cars a team has left. Teams get to decide which cars they send down win if they have more than 1 car left. Sideways or upside down, they're out of the match at the end of the round. Dune Crusher's up first for Alabaster Aces. Dune Crusher knocks Evil Weevil, the track buffer, off the track and locks it in. Foregoing his usual bump and run, Dune Crusher likes to escape the track and get to safety. Didn't do that this time. Rolling Thunder for the Thunderlords. Rolling Thunder knocks Dune Crusher off and makes Dune Crusher pay the ultimate price for not escaping the track on his hit. Dune Crusher thrown all the way over to the crates and does not make a recovery. Couldn't quite do it. That was a big takedown. Speaking of big takedowns, here comes Solaire. Solaire the Assassin gets under Rolling Thunder and takes it right out, upside down, still on the track, but definitely in big trouble. Almost takes out Nitro Scorcher. Crimson decided to send down Solaire first, and it turned out to be a great move. Sea Rescue Boat now for Shark Attack. Sea Rescue Boat. Baby Cookie manages to stay on board this time, and the Sea Rescue Boat, usually not a very offensive vehicle, manages to keep Rolling Thunder upside down, and that is a big loss for the Thunderlords. Raphael now for Turtle Power, their last vehicle. Raphael knocks Baby Cookie off the back of the boat. Baby Cookie, nice recovery there by Baby Cookie, and Nitro Scorcher gets flipped. Looks like Nitro Scorcher is currently out. Let's see if it stays that way. Good hit by Raphael. T-Bird Stalker for the Sunshades. T-Bird Stalker knocks Raphael flying into the air. Raphael flips off the track. Pretty good recovery so far. And the T-Bird Stalker's curbside. 99 Chevy Silverado for Truculent. The Silverado just annihilates the T-Bird Stalker into the crates, up in the air, and over. And that is probably going to be an elimination that might just be the end of the Sunshades in this competition. A rough hit. Nitro Scorcher looks like it's still sideways. Big hit coming now. Speed Blaster for Massive Transit. Speed Blaster plows into the line of cars, and Raphael is turned over. That could be another team getting eliminated. The boat makes a nice recovery, but it does look like Raphael is out. Nitro Scorcher is back on his feet. A lot going on with that hit. A nice job there. Jet Threat 3 now for the streak. Jet Threat 3 tries to get under that big rig, but only gets under the back end. Can't quite get it off the track. And now Shadow Jet's going to take a shot at Jet Threat for the Alabaster Aces. Shadow Jet gets under Jet Threat 3, but only succeeds in pushing it off the track, and then takes a shot at Speed Blaster. The last hope for Thunderlords, Fished and Chipped. Fished and Chipped goes off the dangerous back of Shadow Jet and manages to maybe stay alive. I think it's debatable right there whether it's beyond the 45-degree angle. And now here comes the VW T1 panel bus for the Crimson Crashers. The panel bus uses Shadow Jet as a weapon to push the sole remaining member of Truculent over and sideways. The Silverado is probably done right there. Spider-Man or not, that thing is probably out, and so is the team. Shark Hammer 2.0 for Shark Attack. And the Shark hammers the back of the VW, but doesn't get anything going. Manages to stay set in the track, though. Here comes the notorious car that eliminated Hammered Coupe, Fusion Buster. Fusion Buster takes down Shark Hammer, and that is going to take out one of the remaining vehicles for Shark Attack. These undercutters able to make use of the back of that VW to take cars down. A third car for Alabaster, 17 Ford GT. The GT punches Fusion Buster, and Fished and Chipped looks to have made a recovery here. Final car of this tumultuous round, Greased Lightning. Greased Lightning tries to take out the GT, but wow, look at that tumble and a great recovery by the GT. Unexpected agility from that car, and Fusion Buster does not succumb to his own teammate. 6 cars eliminated in that round. We're going to lose a couple more teams, and there's just 11 cars left in this match. Let's see who we've got. Alabaster took a tough loss with Dune Crusher. Crimson still has 2. Jetstreak still has 4. Massive Transit still got 1. Shark Attack's just down to the boat, and the Thunderlords are just down to Fished and Chipped. And 2 teams that made it far but just couldn't quite make the grade, Turtle Power and Sunshades. I have a feeling we'll be seeing them again. It's time for round 4, starting off with Jetstreak. We go till there's 1 team left. Could it be Jetstreak? They are looking pretty solid right now. As I say that, Jet Threat goes curbside. Never a good way to start things out. Crimson opting to go with the VW panel bus. Panel bus slams into Jet Threat, but does not quite have enough power to flip him over. Comes close, but Jet Threat is okay. Crimson opting to save the undercutting power of Solaire for later, after there's more cars on the track. 17 Ford GT. The GT jostles the T1, but the T1 is solid, and now the GT goes way back down the track, and that is usually a very vulnerable position. However, it's just the Sea Rescue Boat coming down with Cookie, so probably not a huge threat.
And you won't know what hit you.
Sea Rescue Boat pushes the GT down the track. Cookie pops out and does not manage to get off the track. That's not going to be good. We've got a baby on the track. Admittedly, it's the toughest baby around, but look at what's coming down right now. It's Speed Blaster. Oh, Cookie. And Cookie gets squished, I think? Oh no, Cookie takes flight. Cookie actually takes flight and goes over all the vehicles. Speed Blaster tosses the GT off. The GT makes a surprising recovery again, and the boat also recovers. So no damage there to either of those vehicles or the baby. Last hope for the Thunderlords. And a nice collision there, but no action, just a little movement back down the track. Fusion Buster's gonna take a shot. And Fusion Buster just gets right off the track, hits the back of Fished and Chipped, and just decides to get off the track. And you know what? That was a brilliant maneuver. I think Fusion Buster knew Solaire was coming down next. Solaire takes down Fished and Chipped, gets all the way under Speed Blaster, and Speed Blaster slides off the edge, but does not tip over. Even Solaire's having trouble getting that heavy vehicle to turn over sideways. Alabaster saved Shadow Jet until this moment. I think they're going to try to take down Solaire. And they couldn't do it. Shadow Jet did not have the power to get under enough and floats backwards. But now Greased Lightning's up. I think there's going to be some action down there. This thing's got a low front. Greased Lightning can't get under Shadow Jet. Almost pushes it under Solaire, but can't do anything more than that. And now it's curbside. Now Nitro Scorcher's got to be careful because Greased Lightning's in danger. Nitro Scorcher does manage to be careful. Just pops his teammate up in the air, but his teammate is agile enough to save himself, and it looks like we just had 1 elimination in this round. It's going to be Fished and Chipped, and we are going to say goodbye to the Thunderlords. Let's take a look at the aftermath. Nothing changed over here. Still 4 left for Jetstreak. And this is looking a bit empty over here. Just a Sea Rescue Boat for Shark Attack. Thunderlords are done. We don't know who the top 5 are, but we know who the bottom 5 are. Thunderlords, our wild card, made it all the way to 6th. Truculent placed 7th. Turtle Power placed 8th. The Sunshades 9th. And Legionary 10th. Now there's just 10 cars left, and almost half of them are this team. Jet Threat 3 is going to start them off. As we know from previous competitions, Jetstreak's biggest enemy here might be their own team. They got to be careful that they don't take each other out. Here comes the GT. The GT tries to push Jet Threat up to the front of the track. Jet Threat says, no thanks, I'm not interested, and goes all the way back. A lot of space between the cars, very unusual. We'll see if that plays into anything that happens. Here comes the VW bus. VW bus pushes into both of the cars on the track and basically just forces them to all line up down at the end. No damage yet. Sea Rescue Boat is on the loose.
What's my name for little baby quarter?
The rescue boat gets its ideal hit, bounces off the back of the T1 and escapes the track, and Cookie cartwheels all the way down to the crates. Look at that baby go. Here comes a big hit from Speed Blaster. Massive collision from Speed Blaster, and it pushes the GT, squeezes it off the track, and the GT cannot keep its feet and is out. Big elimination there. Alabaster could be down to one vehicle here. Nitro Scorcher. Nitro Scorcher tries to take out Speed Blaster, just flops up the back of it, doesn't really do much at all. Nitro Scorcher's wedged underneath. Let's see if Shadowjet can get under. Shadowjet does get under, manages to knock both of them off the track. Speed Blaster, though, cannot quite be tipped. Not enough speed from Shadowjet, and Nitro Scorcher escapes. Here comes Solaire. Solaire tries an assassination attempt on Shadowjet in between the T1, but Shadowjet's not having it. Escapes, was prepared for that, and backs off to safety. Good recovery. Grease Lightning. Grease Lightning takes Solaire out, pushes Solaire up off the top of its own teammate, and Solaire is upside down. There's a chance of recovery here, but it is not a good one. What a hit from Grease Lightning. That car is a big threat to Jetstreak if they just manage to take it down. Fusion Buster. Fusion Buster takes out his own teammate. Grease Lightning flipped over. That was the final car of the round. It looks to me like Grease Lightning and Solaire are both out of this match, along with the GT. No teams eliminated in this round. Let's take a look at the aftermath. That was a big loss for Crimson. They are down to just the T1. Alabaster's down to 1. Jetstreak down to 3. And Massive Transit still at 1. Shark Attack, of course, with the boat. Here we go with round 6. Jetstreak is still dominating this competition. Fusion Buster's going to hit the track for them first this round. Running order is up. Massive Transit will be coming down next with Speed Blaster, who's got to be liking the fact that it is the biggest vehicle on the track right now. Speed Blaster slaps Fusion Buster off the track, but Fusion Buster does not take a tumble, stays steady, and recovers. Sea Rescue Boat. A solid punch from the boat, and the back end of Speed Blaster is off the track. Cookie goes flipping and flying, ejecting out of the boat. Pretty good hit for that boat. Shadowjet 2. Shadowjet slides under the boat, and the boat gets off the track. Nice dismount there. Shadowjet could get under Speed Blaster now, poised and ready, and it could be the panel bus that does it. Panel bus slams Shadowjet underneath Speed Blaster. The rear end goes off the track and a little bit of the front. Speed Blaster definitely a little off kilter right now. Jet Threat 3. Jet Threat 3 pushes a little bit harder but can't get anything major to happen. And now we're already down to the final car of the round. Of course, it's a Jetstreak vehicle. Gotta be careful here. Nitro Scorcher. Nitro Scorcher, ooh, wow, a little bit savage on that hit, but Jet Threat luckily is managing to bounce and rebound. That could have been bad for Jetstreak, but no harm done and no eliminations in this round, and you know what that means. For this next round, all the cars have been told to increase their speed and drastically increase the likelihood that something is going to happen. A nasty hit there. Evil Weevil just unceremoniously tossed off the track, and next up is gonna be Shark Attack with the Sea Rescue Boat. Hold on tight, Cookie. Sea Rescue Boat Cookie pops up in the air, and the boat stays on the track surprisingly. Slides in underneath Fusion Busta, could actually do some damage here. Shadowjet 2. The faster speeds allow Shadowjet to get under both vehicles, but both of them make spectacular recoveries. Fusion Busta even flipping over and rolling. Nice job there. Here comes the panel bus. Panel bus stays locked into the track and makes Shadowjet go curbside. Shadowjet better hold on tight, there's a big hit coming. Speed Blaster blows Shadowjet off the track all the way over to the tires, and somehow Shadowjet makes the recovery, bounces off those tires in a most balanced and impressive way. Good job staying alive right there. That could have been bad. Nitro Scorcher. Nitro Scorcher tosses the back end of Speed Blaster off the track, but cannot get anything else to happen, and now Nitro Scorcher is going to take an increased speed hit from its own teammate, Jet Threat 3. Be careful, Jet Threat. Some acrobatics on the track as Nitro Scorcher gets thrown up in the air, spins around, and lands it just like a ballerina or something. Great recovery, and again, no eliminations in this round, so we are going to increase the speeds even further in this round 8 of the Junkyard Joust Championship. If there's no eliminations in this round, we're gonna have to go no holds barred, but we'll see what happens. Evil Weevil deciding to stay on the track this time, and Fusion Buster is put back down about halfway. Let's see if Shadowjet can take advantage of this. Shadowjet does get under Fusion Busta, but Fusion Busta too savvy, backs all the way down to the crates and stays right side up defiantly. Now there's a big hit coming from Speed Blaster, but what's going to happen on the back of Shadowjet with this big rig? Speed Blaster blasts over Shadowjet. Evil Weevil is hurled off the track, and Speed Blaster just hits the crates perfectly and does not waver. Stays pretty steady, a little tangled up down there, but looks pretty solid. Sea Rescue Boat.
Cookie!
Sea Rescue Boat Cookie gets splintered off the back and flies over to the wall, and the Sea Rescue Boat has toppled over sideways after a bad bounce off the back of Shadowjet. Cookie looks fine over there by the fence. I think she's a little surprised at what's going on with the boat right now. T1 smashes into Shadowjet, cannot make anything happen, and it goes curbside. Its own weight forcing it up on the side. Unbelievable, that boat is still sideways. Jetstreak have a chance to take the T1 down. Nitro Scorcher does it! The T1 is tossed off the track, a victim of its own force. It couldn't handle the increased speed, and Crimson Crashers might just be out of this competition. Jetstreak got one more car to go down. This could be trouble. Jet Threat splits both vehicles on either side of the track. Its teammate lives. Shadowjet does not. Shadowjet knocked upside down, a devastating hit, and Jet Threat is laying waste to the competition right now. There are 3 vehicles eliminated and 3 teams. We are down to only 2 teams now in this match. Unbelievable. The Alabaster Aces are out. Crimson Crashers are done. Jetstreak still has 3. Massive Transit, just the 1. And the boat that everyone thought couldn't be eliminated, it's eliminated. And its perfect record goes away as well. Speaking of perfect records, Shadowjet's is now over, and the only one remaining is Fusion Busta. And now these 4 vehicles are gonna face off. It's 3 versus 1. We haven't seen this since all the way back in Season 1 when 4 of the Silver Slivers fought Lamelt for the championship, and somehow they lost. Will the same thing happen here, or will Jetstreak pull it off? Everybody over in the shuttlecraft is eagerly awaiting this round. Baby Cookie gets a little break now from all the action she's been having, although I think she's had the best time of her life, probably.
I'm gonna go make some pork chops.
You're adorable.
And here we go, Fusion Busta starting us off for the Jetstreak. The speeds are still increased as Fusion Busta idles up to the very front of the track. Can Speed Blaster take out this car that's never been eliminated? Ooh, a colossal impact as Speed Blaster smashes into Fusion Buster. Fusion Buster slowly backing down, right side up, and now it looks to me like Speed Blaster is in deep trouble. Here comes a fast hit from Jet Threat 3. Whoa, did you see how close Speed Blaster was to going over there? But then Jet Threat bounced back and actually prevented the elimination of Speed Blaster. Jet Threat doing the opposite of what you needed to do in this situation, and Speed Blaster just barely avoided losing the match right there. Can Nitro Scorcher make up for that mistake? Nitro Scorcher does not make up for that mistake. It makes another bigger mistake potentially here. Jet Threat upside down over to the crates and can't turn over. Eliminated by his own teammate. And so it begins. With that elimination, Jet Streak are down to 2 vehicles, and Speed Blaster has a big weight advantage over them, but will that end up being a detriment? Here we go with round 10. Fusion Buster starting us off again. Fusion Buster with an uncanny ability to stay alive after these big hits from Speed Blaster. Can he do it again? Speed Blaster with that big armored front really helping him with these impacts right now. And another blast, and this one ends with both vehicles still locked pretty good in the track, even though about halfway back. Will that make a difference when Nitro Scorcher takes the hit? A walloping hit, and Speed Blaster is tossed almost tail over Tea Kettle, but manages to come back, recover off the track, and no eliminations will be happening in this round, which means it's time for No Holds Barred. No Holds Barred means that Evil Weevil is removed from the track, no more buffer, and now cars can go down backwards if they want, which Nitro Scorcher has chosen to do. Nitro Scorcher gets a big bounce off the safety rail and goes way back down the track, and also curbside, which may not end up being an advantage here at all. I think they were hoping to create a ramp for Speed Blaster, but it didn't work out. Speed Blaster charges forward and knocks Nitro Scorcher all the way down into the crates, and Nitro Scorcher recovers. What a recovery there after a huge hit, and now Speed Blaster goes all the way back down the track. Nitro Scorcher proving very nimble right now. And here comes Fusion Buster going down second for Jet Streak. A solid hit, but doesn't manage to get anything going. Gets the back end off and pushes Speed Blaster way down the track. Luckily, that back end anchored in there pretty tightly because it's taken some hits. And I don't think Speed Blaster would be the same without that big back end. That's going to end a nice short round. We're going to head right into the next one. This time, Fusion Buster's going first and going down backwards. Jet Streak want to see if they can make something work out here. Fusion Buster careens into the crates. That was almost a disaster for Jet Streak. It flew up in the air and managed to make a recovery, but going down backwards, not a great plan with that vehicle. Now Speed Blaster all alone on the track. Had a full speed hit at the front of the safety rail, bounces way back down the track, somehow manages to stay locked in, amazingly enough. And now Nitro Scorcher's gonna take a shot. Oh, disaster! Nitro Scorcher gets under Speed Blaster, but then flips over somehow, landing sideways. Speed Blaster pushed Nitro Scorcher just enough to make it somehow land inexplicably on its side. Very unlikely and incredibly bad luck right now. Taking a look at the aftermath, it's just 1 versus 1. Jet Streak, Massive Transit. This is it, folks. Here we go. It's round 13, and Massive Transit will be starting us off in this round. Speed Blaster not choosing to go down backwards, probably a smart move. And Speed Blaster's gonna end up way down at the back of the track, which actually worked surprisingly well for eliminating Nitro Scorcher, Fusion Buster. Fusion Buster, oh no, the same fate awaited Fusion Buster. Speed Blaster's back end goes way up in the air, comes down and clobbers Fusion Buster, and that is gonna end this event. Against all odds, Speed Blaster has won this championship. Jetstreak had the numbers, but Massive Transit just had a big, powerful vehicle that manhandled these cars, and that is going to be our very first heavyweight team that has ever won the Joust, everybody. We've seen a lot of big bruiser teams come and go, but finally, their time has come. Massive Transit, the Junkyard Joust, World Champions. Congrats to Massive Transit. Jetstreak's gonna get the silver and Alabaster Aces get the bronze. Taking a look at the full recap, Crimson Crashers placed the highest they've made it in this competition. They got 4th, and Shark Attack floated to 5th on the back of a tiny boat. The most valuable player, of course, going to Speed Blaster, who stepped up to the plate when it mattered most for Massive Transit. Congrats again to our new world champions, Massive Transit. They crashed their way to this moment on the back of an unlikely hero, Speed Blaster, a vehicle that was eliminated early in both of its previous competitions. But tonight, Speed Blaster is a champion. Thanks for watching this season of Junkyard Joust. There's another season right around the corner, as well as several special events. Thank you so much to all my patrons for making this possible. If you'd like to support the production of this show and help me make it better and better, go to patreon.com/junkyardjoust. You can even sponsor your own car, and maybe it'll make it to the finals. Thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll see you soon on Junkyard Joust.